on.
Time being. We're letting everybody in.
Okay, I'll give you
There's a lot of noises.
I'll give you a second to hear.
This is being recorded.
This is being recorded.
Recording in progress.
How do we not have that
Recording in
memorized by now? Recording in progress.
Good evening. Time being 7 o'clock, I call the November 15th, 2023 meeting of the Franklin Town Council to order. Please pause for a moment of silence. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first order of business this evening is swearing in of the town council after our recent election. And I'd ask the town clerk to come forward. Tonight, Councilor Jones and Councilor DeLorco are participating remotely, so they're on Zoom. So,
Perfect. Hello, good evening, everybody. I can't see Glenn and Bobby, though. So if you would please raise your right hands, Glenn and Bobby. Can you see them, Jamie? And I'm going to ask you all to stand up. Raise your right hand.
Glenn was already sworn in.
Correct, you're right, you're right. Okay. When I say state your complete name, don't say state your complete name, say your name, okay? Please. Okay, ready? I state your complete name.
Robert DeLarco.
Do solemnly swear
Do
To
solemnly swear
to faithfully execute the duties
to faithfully execute the duties
as an elected official
as an elected official
of the town council
of the town
for the town of Franklin
for the town of Franklin
with respect,
with respect,
integrity,
integrity,
and excellence,
and excellence.
and to uphold the mission of the town,
Uphold the mission of the town,
the Constitution of the United States of America.
the Constitution of the United States of America.
What was that, Bobby?
I just said that.
The state of Massachusetts
The state of Massachusetts,
and the laws and ordinances
the laws and ordinances
of the town of Franklin.
of the town of Franklin.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was nice having an echo.
That's so funny. Bobby,
The Zoom delay.
Bobby. Sounds pretty tired.
Okay, next order of business is election of officers, and I'd entertain a nominations for chair.
I'd like to nominate Tom Mercer for chair of the town council.
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, roll call vote, please, on Tom Mercer as chairman.
Ted Cormier Ledger,
Yes.
Patrick Sheridan,
Yes.
Ryan Chandler,
Yes.
Kobe Frangillo,
Yes.
Deborah Pellegri,
Yes.
Melanie Hamblin, yes. Glenn Jones,
Yes.
Robert DeLorco,
Yes.
Tom Mercer.
Yes,
Congratulations, sir.
thank you. And thank you one and all for the support. Next, I'd entertain nominations for vice chair. Councilor Chandler?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to nominate Robert DeLorco for vice chair.
Second.
Motion and a second. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll on Robert Delaco as vice chair.
Ted Cormulager,
Yes.
Patrick Sheridan,
Yes.
Ryan Chandler,
Yes.
Kobe Frangelo,
Yes.
Deborah Pellegri.
Yes.
Melanie Hamlin, yes. Glenn Jones.
Yes.
Robert DeLurco.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
yes. Congratulations, Bobby.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thanks, everybody, for the support.
9-0.
Okay, I'd now
Congratulations, Bob.
open nominations for clerk.
I'd like to nominate Glenn Jones for clerk.
Second,
Motion and a second.
I don't want to do this.
Are there
Hi,
any,
Glenn.
are there any other nominations for clerk?
That's a lot quieter.
Well,
See,
we get through things faster.
yeah. Seeing none, the clerk will call the roll for Glenn Jones as clerk.
Ted Cormulager,
Yes.
Patrick Sheridan,
Yes.
Ryan Chandler,
Yes.
Kobe Frangelo,
Yes.
Deborah Pellegri,
Yes.
Melanie Hamlin, me, that I say yes. Glenn Jones,
Yes, please.
Robert DeLurco,
Yes.
oh, I should just say vice chair, I'm sorry about that, Bob.
No, it's okay.
Chair,
Yes.
okay. Congratulations, Glenn.
Congratulations, Glenn.
Glenn.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your support.
Thank you. Okay, moving on. Next order of business is the adoption of the Town Council Procedures Manual. This is something we have to do annually, right after we elect new officers, and right after an election. So we will go to Resolution 23-60, adoption of the Procedures Manual of the Franklin Town Council. Clerk will read the resolution, and Councilor Hamblin will be filling in as clerk this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-60, adoption of the Procedures Manual of the Franklin Town Council. Whereas the newly elected Town Council of the Town of Franklin recognizes the importance of conducting business in an orderly and efficient manner, wishes to formally adopt the Procedures Manual of the Town of Franklin dated February 2nd, 2022, attached as Exhibit A, and whereas the Procedures Manual of the Town of the Town Council will consist of these three documents: the introduction, the role of the Town Council, and the council procedures. Now therefore be it resolved that the Procedures Manual of the Town of Franklin dated February 2nd, 2022 is duly adopted and effective until revised or revoked by resolution on the Town Council of the Town of Franklin. Who's gonna move it?
Move resolution 23-60.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Jamie, anything?
Just for the record, you have to do this right away. I know later on there's a ad hoc group. We usually do that every 2 years just to take a review. But we've been advised from the gentleman to my right that this is a procedural manner until the ad hoc committee comes back with recommendations.
Great. Thank you, Jamie. Questions or comments from the council? Seeing none? Yeah, they're still on, so.
Okay.
This needs to be a roll call vote, so clerk will call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ted Cormulager,
Yes.
Patrick Sheridan,
Yes.
Ryan Chandler,
Yes.
Kobe Frangillo,
Yes.
Deborah Pellegri.
Yes.
Hamblin, yes. Glenn Jones,
Yes. See, it's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
who said it was easy? Vice Chair,
Yes.
Chair.
Yes,
Resolution passes 9-0.
motion carries. Thank you. Okay, moving on. Announcements from the chair. All citizens are now welcome to attend public board and committee meetings in person. Meetings are live streamed by Franklin TV and shown on Comcast Channel 9 and Verizon Channel 29. In an effort to maximize citizen engagement opportunities, citizens will be able to continue to participate remotely via phone, or you may click the Zoom link that is on the posted agenda and on the town's website. The phone number is 929-205-6099, and the Zoom ID is 874-0014-5261. Then you need to hit the pound sign. So once again, the Zoom ID, 874-0014-5261, pound. If residents are just interested in watching the meeting, it will also be live streamed by Franklin TV. Other announcements from the chair, upcoming town-sponsored community events. Town council office hours will be held tomorrow morning, November 16th, from 8:30 to 9:30 at the Senior Center. On Tuesday, November 21st at 6 p.m., the Franklin Town Council will hold a public hearing here in the council chambers of the municipal building to set the annual tax rate. On Saturday, November 25th, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, Mrs. Claus will make her annual Thanksgiving weekend appearance at the Franklin Historical Museum. Mrs. Claus will be reading The Night Before Christmas and will be available for special holiday photos. On Sunday, November 26th, starting at 4 p.m., the annual Christmas on the Common will be held. The holiday festivities will include refreshments, lighting up the town common, holiday lights and displays, and visiting with Santa and Jingles the Elf. Just something we all are looking forward to doing, for sure. Okay, next item on the agenda is citizens' comments. Citizens are welcome to express their views for up to 3 minutes on a matter that is not on the agenda. The council will not engage in a dialogue or comment on a matter raised during citizens' comments. The town council will give remarks appropriate consideration and may ask the town administrator to review the matter. Is there anyone in council chambers that would like to speak on an item not on tonight's agenda? So used to seeing Nancy jump up here. No, that's okay. We'll pass.
Can't come up with something?
Is there anyone out there in Zoom land that would like to speak on an item not on tonight's agenda? I don't see anyone. Do you, Amy? Okay. And I think Councilor Jones has left the meeting. He was tied up this evening, so I knew he was only going to be on for a short period. But I do see Councilor DeLarco is still on.
I'm still hanging. I don't know how long, but I'm hanging.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from October 18th, 2023.
So moved.
Don't move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion, additions, deletions. Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve the minutes from October 18th, 2023. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Corey Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frangillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegri.
Yes.
Counselor Hamlin, me, yes. Jones is gone now,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Okay. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes,
Thank you, sir.
motion carries. Thank you.
Once again.
Okay, next item on the agenda is appointments. We have one appointment this evening. For the Agricultural Committee, Cynthia Garboski, and clerk will read the appointment.
I would be happy to.
I thought you might.
It's the commission,
Commission,
not the committee, the commission. I'm just
okay.
giving you a hard time. I'm sorry. Getting giddy up here. Appointments, Agricultural Commission, Cynthia Garboski, 9 Prospect Street, Franklin, Mass. 02038. The town administrator has recommended the appointment of Cynthia Garboski to serve as a member of the Agricultural Commission with a term to expire on June 30th, 2026. Motion to ratify the appointment of the town administrator of Cynthia Garboski.
Boski.
There's no W in it. She's gonna yell at me. It's okay.
Us. It's us.
Oski,
Okay.
is that better? To serve as a member of the Agricultural Commission.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Jamie?
Just, I hope I don't have to talk too much on it. I think we all know Cynthia. She started the farmer's market. Family's been in town forever. Active farm up on Prospect Street, and it was great to see her try to fly her kite at Schmidt's Farm opening. There wasn't a lot of wind, but it certainly gave me a great joy to know that she can bring back a little bit of her childhood to Schmidt's Farm now and fly the kite up there. And I think she'll be a great member of the commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve Cynthia Garboski to the Agricultural Commission. Clerk will call the roll.
Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Councilor Sheridan.
Yes.
Councilor Chandler.
Yes.
Councilor Frangillo.
Yes.
Councilor Pellegri.
Yes.
Councilor Hamlin, yes. Glenn is gone. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes. Motion carries.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
Congratulations, Cynthia.
Congratulations, Cynthia, and thank you for the giving of your time, for sure. Okay, moving on. Next order of business is public hearing. We have one this evening on the transfer of Section 15, all alcoholic beverages, package store license, approval of pledge of liquor license, and approval of Bhavesh Kumar Patel, was that close?
Yes.
As the manager, Heru Corporation, doing business as DeVita's Market, located at 198 East Central Street, Franklin, Mass. 02038. I declare the public hearing open. Jamie, you want to?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chairman, through you, the council. So tonight, I just want to, for the record, make sure that everybody's aware. Tonight is for the approval of the transfer of the Section 15 all alcoholic package store license, just so people are clear. At home, this is on sale on the premises, but people take the alcohol home if there's no consumption on site. This is also for the approval of a pledge of liquor license, as well as the approval of the actual manager of the license, the Patels over here. I do want to state that all of our departments have signed off on the application from all of the checkpoints, and the folks are here tonight to offer a presentation in case anybody has any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Where this is a public hearing, would you like to start?
Good evening, my name is Attorney John Moradian, Democus Law Offices. With me is Ankita Ben Patel, I'm sorry. I messed up your name. And Bhavesh Kumar Patel. They're buying DeVita's Market via Hero Corporation. And as outlined, we're seeking approval to transfer the package store license. This is a change of business ownership. There's no change to the market or the floor plan, anything like that. It's going to remain a deli, convenience store with the sale of all alcohol. Bhavesh Patel here will be the manager of record. He's tip certified. They'll have 3 or 4 additional employees between part-time and full-time. They'll be tip certified, and they will use an ID scanner at the point of sale to help combat underage sales. Like I said, this is a transfer of business ownership. There's no change to the footprint or the concept. And with that, we'll take any questions the board may have.
Thank you. Is there anyone in council chambers that would like to speak on this license transaction? the public hearing. Attorney Sorrell.
Mr. Chairman, I would note for the record the presence of the current owner of the premises here.
Thank you. Mr. Donovan is here, who is the existing owner, current owner. Okay, seeing nobody in council chambers, is there anyone out on Zoom land that would like to speak on this license and approval change? I don't see any. Amy, do you see anyone?
No.
Okay. Then I will declare the public hearing on the transfer of Section 15 all alcoholic beverage package store license and approval pledge of liquor license closed. And we will move to legislation for action so that they don't have to stay here all evening. So we'll move to license transaction, let's see, it would be
This one?
Yep, transfer of Section 15, all alcoholic beverages, package store license, approval of pledge of liquor license, and approval of Bhavesh Kumar Patel as the manager, Hiru Corporation, doing business as DeVita's Market, located at 198 East Central Street, Franklin, Mass. 02038. Clerk will read the license transaction.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. License transaction, transfer of Section 15 all alcoholic beverages package store license, approval of pledge of liquor license, and approval of the manager, Bhavesh Kumar Patel. Hiru Corporation, doing business as DeVita's Market at 198 East Central Street, Franklin, Mass. 02038. Hiru Corporation, doing business as DeVita's Market, is seeking approval for a transfer to it of an existing Section 15 all alcoholic beverages package store license presently held by DeVita's Inc., doing business as DeVita's Market, to be exercised at the same location, and to approve the pledge of liquor license and to approve the manager, Bhavesh Kumar Patel. Its motion is to approve the request by the Hiru Corporation, DBA DeVita's Market, for transfer to it of an existing Section 15 all alcoholic beverages package store license presently held by DeVita's Incorporated, doing business as DeVita's Market, to be exercised at the same location, and to approve the pledge of liquor license and to approve the manager, Bhavesh Kumar Patel.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion on the motion. Councilor Chandler.
Very quickly, Mr. Chairman. Welcome, thank you. Some big shoes to fill. Mike Donovan, he's been good to a lot of people over the years. We really appreciate him. Hopefully, good luck in your retirement. What's next? And one thing I do have to say is, Mike always had the best rolls in town. Hopefully you still use those, and I believe, I'll say the secret, Mazzarelli's Bakery, okay? So hopefully you still continue to get your bread from there. Sorry about the secret.
It's not.
Thank you.
I'm sure they.
Thank you, Councilor Chandler. Any other questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, the vote will come on the transfer of Section 15 all alcoholic beverage package store license, approval of pledge of liquor license, and approval of Bhavesh Kumar Patel as the manager, Hiru Corporation, doing business as DeVita's Market, located 198 East Central Street, Franklin, Mass. The vote will come on the motion. Clerk will read the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Councilor Sheridan.
Yes.
Councilor Chandler.
Yes.
Councilor Frangillo.
Yes.
Councilor Pellegri.
Yes.
Councilor Hamlin's yes. Clerk is absent. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Motion carries. Congratulations. Okay. Moving on, next item on the agenda is presentations and discussions. We have one presentation this evening, Franklin Elks Riders donation to Veterans Services Department. Jamie, do you want to, or does
Just pass it over. I think Shannon's going to do a little
Shannon's
intro.
gonna, Shannon's going to do the honors.
Directing traffic, okay.
That's right.
She's getting good at this.
Or sideways, that's perfect. Yeah. Mr. Chairman and town councilors, I'd like to invite Elks rider Rich Gately to the microphone to speak.
How's everybody doing this evening?
Everybody's doing good.
So, you've seen a lot of our different members. Today we have quite a few more. These are all the people that help make this possible for us to be able to make these donations. And we've been able to, our numbers are up this year to 32 members, and we've been able to raise quite a bit of funds and donated to quite a few different charities and 22 Mohawks in the town. And we're here for a second time to offer a check for $1,000 to the Veterans Gift Fund.
On behalf of our Franklin veterans and their families, Deborah and I thank the Elks Riders once again for this very generous donation to our Veterans Gift Fund. Your commitment to our veteran community is outstanding. Since I started as VSO in 2021, the Elks Riders have donated a total of $5,000 to our veterans funds. In light of this milestone, I'd like to take the time this evening to introduce all the Elks Riders in attendance here tonight. So when I call your name, please raise your hand. Rich Gately, Dee Gately, Charlie Wainwright, Ellie Wainwright, Kurt Van Vloten, Lisa Van Vloten, Brian Portman, Shannon Dunn, Ken Picard, and Andrea Crow. Did I get everybody? Yes. And thank you all for coming out in such great numbers tonight. As Elks Riders, you recognize the importance of stepping up to the plate to take care of our veterans who have selflessly defended our freedoms. Thank you for all the great work that you do. And before we sit down, I'll have you guys all turn around so my colleagues can snap a quick picture.
You want to come here? Shannon, you want to come
Shannon,
here?
come right out in front.
Yeah, Shannon, come up in the
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's just the,
bring him up in the front.
the photos are easier.
I'm right up front here.
Come up here.
It's easier to take the photos.
Thank
You're
you
good.
for thank
You're
you.
good. Block us.
Thank you so much.
Please.
Thank you for everything. Yeah, please.
Smile. Awesome.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate it,
Yeah.
thank you.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Shannon, thank you for the introductions, and thank you for last Friday. Great job on the Veterans Breakfast. It was great.
Thank you,
If you
Mr.
wanted to-
Chairman.
Very,
We
very good.
appreciate
We got
the
that.
support of the town council and town administration.
Good.
Okay. We'll go to legislation for action, and we'll accept the generous gift. So we'll go to Resolution 23-62, gift acceptance, Veteran Services Department, $1,000. Clerk will read the resolution.
Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-62, acceptance of gifts, Veteran Services Department. Whereas the Veteran Services Department has received a generous donation in the amount of $1,000 to be used at the discretion of the department for programs and services as follows. Donation summary, Veteran Services Department, Veterans Gift Fund, $1,000 to be used in support of local veterans and their families, donated by the Franklin Elks Riders. Donation of $1,000. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of the Town of Franklin, on behalf of the Veteran Services Department, gratefully accepts this generous donation to be used at the discretion of the department as described above. This resolution shall become effective according to the provisions of the Town of Franklin Home Rule Charter.
Second.
You got to move the resolution.
Oh, move the resolution, sorry about that.
Move resolution 23-62.
Second.
Okay, we have to get a formal, move the motion.
Move first.
The dash,
Okay.
23-62.
Move resolution 23-62.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Discussion on the motion?
Are we still there? We're still there.
Okay, seeing none, the clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frangillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegri.
Yes.
Counselor Hamblin, yes. Jones absent. Vice Chair?
Yes.
Chair?
Yes,
Motion passes. Thank you all.
thank you very much. Okay, our second discussion item, Jamie?
Just through you, Mr. Chair, is and all of you may remember, usually after every election, we have the town attorney go through a whole series of laws, the open meeting law, public records law, ethics laws. But seeing as how it's all 9 members, there's really no need to go through the presentation. But just for the record and for the fact that we do it every 2 years, we put it on here. Just in case any counselors had any questions for the town attorney, now's the time, but there's really no need for a discussion. There's no need for a PowerPoint or a presentation because y'all have already been here. You already know the rules. You signed the ethics stuff, right? So we just put that on here with the chairman just to see if there was any questions. And if there aren't any questions or comments, we can certainly just move on to legislation for action.
Thank you, Jamie. Any questions or comments from the council?
There's been a slight
Town
change-
attorney?
There's been a slight change of plans because the superintendent of the DPW challenged me to a time limit.
Oh,
Well done. You beat him.
sounds like Mark's going to win this one.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, no questions from the council, so we will move on to legislation for action. First is Resolution 23-58, General Funds Appropriation, Transfers and Adjustments for FY24. Clerk will read the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-58. Is that the right number?
Yep, 2358.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Appropriation, general fund appropriations, transfers, and adjustments fiscal year '24. Purpose to transfer and adjust the fiscal year '24 general fund appropriations as follows. Town administrator salaries reduction $49,014. Town administrator expenses reduction of $9,000. Elections expenses an increase of $5,000. Tri-County school expenses, a reduction of $1,500, $100,553, right? Yep. Disability Commission expenses, an increase of $1,000. Benefits expenses, a reduction of $148,257 for a total reduction of $300,824. The Finance Committee action voted 0-5 to recommend the amount on November 8th. Motion, be it moved and voted by the town council that transfers and adjustments that in total amount to a net reduction in the fiscal year '24 general fund operating budget of $300,824 be made to the appropriations in the amounts described above. This resolution shall become effective according to the provisions of the Franklin Home Rule Charter.
So moved.
You're gonna move
Move
with
the
the
number.
number, move resolution.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
So moved, resolution 23-58.
Second.
Motion second. I just want to clarify that the Finance Committee vote was 5-0,
What did I say?
0-5.
Oh, no, 5-0, sorry.
5-0 in favor, so.
That was not what I meant.
I think we all knew what.
Tell me some things we don't usually do.
You guys are all like, no, no.
Good job, Glenn.
It's
Okay,
scary
we have
up
a
here.
motion and a second. Discussion. Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to point out for the public, in case they didn't read and get in-depth in the packet, that the town administrator budget encompasses many different things. It's not our town administrator's salary and benefits alone. So there's a reduction because of a marketing person not there. There's a secretarial position not there. When we look at the Tri-County number, that has nothing to do with the new building. That has to do with a reduction in the number of students enrolled. So I just want to encourage folks to, if you have questions about these budget numbers, to please look at the details that will be provided in the packet on the council website. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Councilor Cormier Ledger. Any other questions or comments? Councilor Frangillo.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll direct my comments to the public as much as it is to my colleagues. Two things that I get from this. First of all, thank you. We are lucky to have both the Finance Committee and the Town Administration that is very good at what they do in terms of making sure that every dollar is accounted for, and we don't have to feel major budget shocks. So appreciate all the work that got put into this. Two things stand out to me. One is a healthy reminder that one of the ways that we're able to raise money to pay for services is new growth, and that is impacted by the rules that we have for what can be developed in our community, and so making sure that we're proactive about welcoming certain positive development to the community is an important part of what we do. And the second, just to name it, I understand why it happened, and it's helpful that we were able to get through this year. But I do think that marketing communications, which is one of the roles that was reduced, I do think marketing communications are a very important part of a healthy local government. We've gotten our social medias back up, and they've been doing great. But as we continue to engage citizens, mostly digitally and virtually, that position becomes increasingly important. So I hope that we don't go too long without attempting to find the budget to reinstate that position.
Thank you, Councilor Frangillo. Any other comments or questions from the council? Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve Resolution 23-58. A majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Councilor Sheridan.
Yes.
Councilor Chandler.
Yes.
Councilor Frangillo.
Yes.
Councilor Pellegri.
Yes.
Councilor Hamblin, yes. Jones is absent. Vice Chair?
Yes.
Chair?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Motion passes.
Motion carries.
Carries.
Moving on, Resolution 23-59, Stormwater Enterprise Fund Appropriation Reduction, FY '24. Clerk will read the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Town of Franklin, Resolution Number 23-59, Appropriation, Stormwater Enterprise Fund Appropriation Reduction, Fiscal Year '24. Total reduction, $200,000. Purpose, to reduce the fiscal year '24 Stormwater Enterprise Fund appropriation by a total of $200,000 as follows. Contractual services, $114,000. Other professional services, $86,000 for the total of $200,000. All right, I'm going to get this one right. The Finance Committee action meeting, they met on November 11th, and the vote was 5-0. Right? Did I get it right? Recommend, what?
Met on November 8th.
November 8th. What did I say, 11th? All right, 11-8. How's that? 11-8. Vote 5-0, recommended amount $200,000. Motion, be it moved and voted by the town council that the fiscal year '24 Stormwater Enterprise Fund appropriations be reduced by the sum of $200,000 as described above. This resolution shall become effective according to the provisions of the Town of Franklin Home Rule Charter.
Move resolution 23-59.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Jamie?
So through you, Mr. Chairman, really quickly, it may seem weird that we're asking to reduce the budget by $200,000, but the reason why we're doing that is because of the federal ARPA funds. We'll end up using a couple $100,000 to pay off those services. Why is that important? This is the first year of the enterprise fund. And so as we go through our tax rate setting process and our fiscal review with the Department of Revenue, they're going to want to see a couple things. They want to see that we have a solvent account, that it's financially sustainable. This protects the town if there are any cost overruns for services later in the year due to inflation and stuff like that, where then we would be in the red at the end of the year. And what DOR really likes to see is at least some small cushion of surplus in any enterprise fund, because that really makes sure that, we're doing our, we're managing our money, as Councilor Frangillo said a moment ago, really well. So this is a little bit more of an administrative item, but hopefully that explains the purpose in tonight's vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Questions, comments from the council? Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve Resolution 23-59. A majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Cormier Ledger,
Yes.
Council Sheridan,
Yes.
Council Chandler,
Yes.
Council Frangillo,
Yes.
Council Pellegri.
Yes.
Councilor Hamblin, yes. Vice Chair,
Yes.
Chair,
Yes,
motion passes.
motion carries. Thank you.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving on. Next legislation for action is bylaw amendment 23-903, a bylaw to amend the code of the town of Franklin at Chapter 82, Fees, Municipal Service. This is a first reading. Clerk will read the bylaw amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Town of Franklin, bylaw amendment 23-903. 903, okay. Chapter 82, Fees, Municipal Service, a bylaw to amend the code of the town of Franklin at Chapter 82, Fees, Municipal Service. Be it enacted by the town council that Chapter 82 of the Code of the Town of Franklin is amended at Section 82-6, Schedule of Service Fees, subsection L, Public Works, by striking existing language and replacing it as set out below. I will read the change. We are going to change the mattress and box springs fee from $10 to $65. This bylaw amendment shall become effective on and after January 1st, 2024.
Move bylaw 23-903 to a second reading.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. We'll go right to
Right
Brutus.
to Brutus.
Thank you. I want to be Mark.
Too late.
So this one is kind of interesting. I think, we try to do pretty good budgeting, just so the folks at home, even for the recycling center, it's under the general fund. We try to operate that at an even keel. Like, we're not making money up there, we're trying not to lose money. Derek has done our environmental affairs have done a great job getting grants through the years and stuff like that. But what happened is back in 2022, EPA banned mattresses from the waste stream, so that everyone has to be recycled now. And so what's happened is, like, in 2022, we did like 300 a year, and we were charging $10 a piece, and that was basically, we were collecting and doing it, and they were getting burned with the rest of our trash. So in 2023, we started getting more of them because people they gotta get rid of them, you can't take them anywhere. So like last year, we did 473. And this year, now it costs us $65 to get rid of each mattress. So it's been supplemented with some grant money, but so far this year we've done 654. We're on track to do 1,500. And part of the problem is no one's taking them anymore. And I know it's finding it hard to believe, but I believe we're getting a lot of imported mattresses into Franklin because a lot of other communities don't take them. So it's like, hey, I know someone in Franklin, I'll bring my dirty mattress over there and get rid of it because they got a sticker. So that's kind of what's happening up there. And the other problem is just the system to collect them all. They can't keep up. The companies that were doing it, there's so many of them now. So what happens is we actually had another container up there to store them. It's kind of embarrassing for us. I know folks have been up there lately. You might see some mattresses outside. We got no room to put them inside. So then they're stuck outside. Now they're considered hazardous waste. So it's $135 to get rid of them. And poor Derek has to write a form for each one. They're an individual item. So this is just another thing I won't say that, DEP's trying to do the right thing. I'm not going to argue that, but the cost comes down to the resident. So what I'm proposing is we raise the rate to $65 because that's going to be the actual cost of what we're getting rid of it, even though some of them are supplemented. And it's the fair way to go forward. And I appreciate you doing this because if not, I know we don't usually look at fees this time of year. We try to do everything together at the end of the year, but I don't want to come to you later on in the year and be 20 grand in the hole. So it's kind of where it is.
Thank you, Brutus. Questions or comments from the council? Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to the DPW Director, thank you, Bruce. Are the fees in addition to what residents have to pay for the dump sticker? Or can somebody just go there with a mattress, pay the $65 and be done?
Hey, it's called a recycling center, sir.
Okay.
I have to correct everybody on that.
Thanks. For the first time you're being PC, I appreciate it.
It's, you have to have the sticker up there. That's a nominal fee because we take a lot of things up there. I guess I'll give it a little, if folks don't have it, it's a great deal. Like we take rigid plastic, like that's very hard to get rid of, the big kid toys. There's a lot, we take styrofoam. These are a lot of things that we're not making money on, but that's for $35 because we pretty much take everything. And we had a lot of compliments from the DEP commissioner that came out the other day. And I wanted to bring her up there and show her everything, even though it's not the prettiest place. She was impressed with the amount of stuff that we take compared to other communities. So yes, you do need a sticker up there, but we feel it's a really good value for what you can get up there.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Cormier Ledger. Councilor Hamblin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chair. Brutus, I was wondering if you find any of these mattresses on the side of the road. Are we getting more like people just chucking them out and leaving them around since we've had to bring them to get recycled?
Mr. Ravello?
Carlos?
We actually haven't had many.
Oh, good.
We, through you, Mr. Chair.
This is Carlos Ravello, our Highway and Ground Superintendent.
It really hasn't been too bad lately, I'll be honest with you, but we feel that, if the cost stays this low, people are just gonna kind of keep bringing them into town from other areas and stuff.
Right.
But we really haven't had too much of a problem. Usually Upper Union's kind of that high-end traffic area for dumping material, but it hasn't been bad.
Well, that's really great news because I think when they started this, that was one of the things everybody worried about, right, was that they were just gonna if nobody's gonna take it, recycle them, then they're just gonna get left on the side of the road. And I think it's because we actually take mattresses, so we do something special that a lot of places don't do, and that's great. So that, maybe that's why we don't get a lot on the side of the road. And because it's like a bargain.
Yeah, now it's expensive, we'll probably get more.
Well,
Right? I
yeah.
hope not.
I mean, maybe, no,
No.
probably not. I think if there's a route for people to take, then I think they'll take it, hopefully.
And you can always call Waste Management too, because they charge a fee to take them, you know, the curbside pickup program under that fund. And I think, I haven't bought a mattress lately, but I know most places, they'll ask you want to take it away, and they usually charge to do
Right,
it. So
right.
it's done right there, so.
And it's like, we remind people that they should say yes.
Yes.
Right? Have the other place take them. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Hamlin. Councilor Frangillo?
Just quickly, thank you for this. While I have you, two questions sort of related. One is, it's a pretty big fee jump. You know, I think we need to be updating our fees. I certainly understand why this one's so big. But do we have a process for sort of staying ahead of these to hopefully avoid a 600% plus increase on fees?
We really do, and in all fairness, this one kind of caught me off guard. I mean, we knew the fee was going to go up, but, you know, DEP had given out grants to help with this, you know, the transition program, but we didn't expect to go from 300 to 1,500. You know, if we stayed at 600, we probably would have been fine this year, would have been close, we would have been able to absorb it. But this was such a huge increase that I didn't see it coming. I didn't see this whole thing. We can't even get containers. We can't even get the company to come pick them up in a timely manner. They're so overwhelmed. So that's why some get stuck outside. It's the whole system. You know, 4 years from now, you know, maybe the price will go down.
Yeah.
I don't know, because people get going in the system with it. But right now, we're just paying for that home.
I appreciate that. My other question related is I hear a lot from residents about, oh, this town has this waste diversion thing, or this town, you know. How are we thinking about and looking at what other communities are doing to accept other things like this, like the mattresses, you know, whether it be, someone was just telling me about a drop-off pickup, sort of like, you know, front lawn type, you know, you just drop things off and other people can come and see what they like, you know, something like that, or, you know, clothing obviously comes up, you know. How are we thinking about, you know, what we're offering?
So I will say that as far as the waste stream or recycling goes, I don't think there's any community that takes more than we do. We actually, one of the few communities that, a lot of towns, you heard they have to have like a hazardous waste day. Might be once a year, they gotta pay to do that. You pretty much know you can bring hazardous waste up to us. We take everything all the time. We allow other communities to come over here, they have to pay, they have to pay some of the gallon, it could be, you know, $35, $40, but, because it wasn't very convenient, because of I mean, I live in Millis, they do it once a year. Well, what if you're moving out in May, or coming in? So, that aspect of it, the swap type things, you know, the recycling, it's something we want to do. It's, you know, one of the reasons, we're getting close to doing the land swap. I mean, it's been 14 years, Jamie, working on it.
We're getting close, we're in the red zone.
We're still in the getting close there.
So I think.
We are getting close. I mean, we're talking about finally recording deeds and sending the check over to the state with the money.
Okay.
We have a circle conversation next week of, you know, just the punch list of items of what's next. The planning board did approve the A&R a couple weeks ago, which was huge. And so we're getting close, but, you know, on the other side of this is a state-of-the-art recycling center, but it'll also be a lot of money to build it. So we're trying to kind of plan that out.
But that is one thing that we want to incorporate in there. I mean, a lot of communities, it's actually like, it's a known thing that Wellesley and Needham's, they have a pick area that people fight to go to because the valuable stuff. Oh yeah, people just get rid of everything down there. And it's a known fact that people sneak in there and everything else. So it's something we're looking forward to do, because I think, you know, if you put it out there, there's always something someone wants. So I think we're going to incorporate something that, the other big one we're going to try to incorporate up there, I think, is going to be the composting. That we'll be able to reuse all our leaves and actually get stormwater credits for it. So we're really trying to, like we always do, try to integrate everything together. But we get some we got a lot of good ideas, but we gotta get the site together, design, but yeah, it's all gonna be out there.
I appreciate it. You're all the best. It was cool seeing, my Twitter feed, Mass DEP highlighting Franklin DPW and our waste program. So kudos to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Frongillo. Any other questions or comments? Councilor Pellegrini.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Brutus, what are other towns charging for mattresses to be disposed of?
I really
Any
don't.
idea?
I didn't check. Some of them just don't take them, because you don't have to take them. We just do take them, because you used to take them before, and you just throw them in the dumpster, and they would get burned like everything else.
Yeah.
But we've always taken them, we tried to process them, so. Do you got a number there?
There are other communities between.
This is Derek Adams, I'm sorry, he's our environmental affairs coordinator.
Between $35 and $65 is what we've seen, but.
So
the-
theirs is
The other
less.
communities, yeah, correct, but they were hired before. So they, from the get-go, didn't need to really raise their price that much right now because they weren't seeing the increase in volume that we've seen, that we have because of our low price, the low cost per resident to dispose of it. So some communities are lower, but I haven't checked to see what their annual fee is. So it's all part of a general trend for what they charge for an annual pass versus the individual commodity that they're receiving. But in general, between $35 and $65.
We really, I want the folks at home to know, we really try to, it's not an enterprise fund. I have a separate budget, but we really try to match the amount of money that comes in to go out. And some stuff, like the cardboard what we collect up there, we make money on it, we do. That's one of the ones we make money on, but that offsets styrofoam, or that might offset paint. The scrap metal, that price goes up, we make a lot of money on scrap metal, and that helps out the other stuff that we take to help folks out, so the plastics. But we really do try to balance it. We're not trying to be a moneymaker up there, and some communities probably try to. They can make a couple bucks, but we don't.
Well, that doesn't seem like it if they're charging less money than we're gonna be charging.
But I think it's like Derek said, I don't know what else they're doing with their other funding streams.
Yeah.
So I can only speak for us.
Okay.
If the price goes down, we'll charge less money. That's just the way I look at it. We get some more grants. But right now, I just didn't want to come to you and say, hey, 20 grand.
I think it was more like 65.
I know. It is 65 total, but we have some grants, so the other stuff's going to offset it.
Okay.
All set? Just a quick follow-up to that, Brutus. What does Waste Management charge if you get them? If they pick up, if you call Waste Management and say, I have a mattress.
So Waste Management currently does not, they actually do not accept it. When the waste ban took effect, they removed that option for their curbside service. They got out of that business entirely. So there are individual vendors in town, both out of town, that will come, and typically that charge is $75 to $100 to have somebody come to your house, pick up your mattress and everything.
Okay.
And in all fairness, we could get out of the business if you want. We could say no. We don't have to take them. But I think it goes to your point that they're going to find somewhere to put them. And I really think it's the right thing to do, just pay the right cost, that's all.
Should provide the service.
Correct,
for
and
sure.
that's what we've always tried to do here.
Okay, any other questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to move bylaw amendment 23-903 to a second reading. A majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Cormier Ledger.
Yes?
Sheridan.
Yes.
Chandler.
Yes.
Frongillo.
Yes.
Pellegrini.
Yes.
Hamblin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Motion carries. You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. Okay, before we go to the next bylaw amendment, this is actually one that we're bringing back, and it's close enough to a resubmission that I think we should have a resubmission vote in order to take up the bylaw, the new bylaw. So because it is a resubmission, it requires a 2/3 vote to reconsider the bylaw, and it's close enough to what it was before that rather to get into any legalese, I figured that this is a better way to do this. So what I'd like is to entertain a motion for resubmitting of bylaw amendment 23-902, which was a bylaw to amend the code of the town of Franklin by inserting chapter 147, snow and ice removal.
Can I just do so moved?
Can you do a second? Yeah, you can do so moved.
So moved.
In a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Understand this is just to reconsider the bylaw amendment. Okay, we need a 2/3 vote, so clerk will call the roll on the resubmission.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Chandler.
Yes.
Frangillo.
Yes.
Allegri.
Yes.
Hamblin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. So we will now move to bylaw amendment 23-902, a bylaw to amend the code of the town of Franklin by inserting chapter 147, snow and ice removal of. This is the first reading. Clerk will read the bylaw amendment.
Bad night to forget my water. It's all good. Town of Franklin bylaw amendment 23-902, chapter 147, snow and ice removal of. A bylaw to amend the code of the town of Franklin by inserting chapter 147, snow and ice removal of. Be it enacted by the Franklin Town Council that the code of the town of Franklin is amended by the insertion of a new chapter 147, snow and ice removal, as follows. Chapter 147, snow and ice removal of. Section 147-1, a time limit for removal from sidewalks and footways. The owner, agent, or occupant of private property bordering a street in the town where there is a sidewalk or footway duly established and defined and delineated on the attached map, sidewalk snow removal required by property owner shall cause all snow and ice to be removed within 12 hours after snow ceases to fall, and shall maintain said sidewalk in a non-slippery condition suitable for pedestrian travel at least 36 inches in width along the length of the said sidewalk. Whenever any sidewalk or footway shall be encumbered with ice, the owner or occupant of such private property shall remove the ice therefrom, or so treat it that it shall be safe and convenient for travel in a non-slippery condition. In the event of an unusual heavy snowfall, the time limit shall be extended at the discretion of the town administrator. The provisions of this section shall apply to snow which falls from buildings as well as to that which falls from the clouds. Section 147-2, awnings and signs. The owner, agent, or occupant of private property bordering a street in the town where there is a sidewalk or footway duly established and defined and delineated on the map, sidewalk snow removal required by property owner, where the awning or signage of such building slopes towards such street so as to cause snow and or ice to accumulate on the sidewalk or footway, shall cause all snow and ice to be removed from below such awning and sign within 12 hours after the same has fallen or formed. Section 147-3, placement. The prohibition contained in Chapter 155, Section 21, that no person or persons shall place or cause to be placed ice or snow upon the public way of the town unless exempted by the Public Works Director, applies to this chapter. Section 147-4, penalties. If any person or persons subject to the provisions of this ordinance neglects or fails to comply with the provisions of sections 147-1, 147-2, or 147-3, then the Franklin Police, the DPW Director, or their designee, and/or the building commissioner or their designee shall make reasonable attempts to notify such persons of their neglect or failure and obligate them to do so. And if the person or persons do not come forthwith, the person shall be fined $50 for each offense by any of the town officials designated herein to enforce this bylaw. This bylaw amendment shall become effective according to the provisions of the Franklin Home Rule Charter.
Move resolution, move bylaw 23-902 to a second reading now?
Yes.
To a second reading.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Jamie, you want to start?
Yeah, through you, Mr. Chairman. So I think all the members of the council are familiar with this debate over the last several years. Just to note, like I did in the memo, the map up here, we did amend the map based on feedback to get rid of the residential feeder streets throughout downtown, East Street, West Street, and those core areas. And we also changed the language. Amy has provided an additional copy, which was also in the packet, but just so folks knew some of the tweaks in there. We wanted to clarify the concerns that were brought forward, that roofs are not required to be shoveled off. That was obviously never the intent. We can see how some interpreted it that way, but in working with Amy and the attorney, we were able to come to some language to make it more clear of what we were trying to do. So for the public at home, what we're really talking about here is Route 140, almost from border to border, pretty close. And then we're talking about the Triangle area in downtown, around the main areas around Dean College and the library. And then the only other section is down Union Street, a ways through Franklin Crossing. And so those will be the only required areas. Anybody has any questions, happy to answer them.
Thank you, Jamie. Questions or comments from the committee? Councilor Pellegrini.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. What if a store is closed on the day that we have the storm? Through you to,
They're still required.
they're still required?
Yep.
All right, I just want people to realize that, whether they're opened or not, it's required to follow this bylaw. Should that be stated in here anywhere?
Mark?
I don't see any need. It's irrelevant whether they're open or closed. It's an absolute time period that kicks in based on when it stops snowing.
Okay, you don't proceed, you don't think that's gonna cause any kind of a problem?
No.
Okay.
It may
Thank-
obligate a property owner to have to go in special to clear snow. That's a policy decision for you folks to make.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Pellegrini. Councilor Frangillo.
Sure, thank you. This is a product of compromise, and I appreciate that. It's the first step in, as I've said before, shifting to a culture where there's an expectation that we have walkable, mobile sidewalks on a timely basis every time, so that people can reasonably live and expect to live without relying on a car to get around to their basic needs. So this is the first step in that. I think it's an important step, and I appreciate sort of the work that went into sort of make this compromise. My only one point is very, very small, but the green, I don't know if there's like a lighter, brighter green that can stand out just a little more, like the Union Street. It didn't catch my eye until tonight. It didn't catch my eye the first map, that the residential stretch of Union Street. I don't know. It's a small thing, but just make sure that it can be seen.
Sure. No, it's a good point. It's tough, that section is tough to see. It's a little less thick than the area on 140.
Yeah.
All set, Councilor
That-
Friend?
Kate's
Thank
on
you.
the call, she took note.
Councilor Chandler?
Through you, Mr. Chairman. Actually, Councilor Frangillo basically said what I wanted to say. I am very happy about the compromise, because I had a lot of issues, as other people did, and I think this was definitely a good compromise. So people should be happy with this, and I think it's going to work out, as long as we don't have a bad winter again, Mr. DPW Director.
If we do, it's his fault.
I know, it is. But I just, it's very good. I'm glad that we're all on the same page now, and thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilor Chandler. Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know when we last had this very robust discussion on this topic, we talked about seeing if DPW could place some, whether it be salt or sand barrels in some of those downtown areas so that the businesses and residents wouldn't be unfairly punished to have to provide snow, the melting mechanism that the people living and working in the other parts of town do not have to follow with this bylaw. So, but I didn't see that in here. So is that something we hope to do? And where just for clarification, where would those be placed?
Through Mr. Chairman, I think we would hesitate to put that in bylaw. I think Brutus can speak to this. We'd hope people would be good citizens and leave the salt there, but people have to expect that people are going to drain a bucket of salt. They're going to go up there and get free salt. We have people that throw Christmas gifts off the island around. I think there might be a little chicanery from some, but we can work procedurally with the DPW to try to find a couple spots that may help people. We also may get into the argument from some that, well, why am I not getting town salt? I'm doing down the street, it's a requirement. Brutus, I don't know if you have any thoughts on this from what other communities have done, or if you're familiar with other towns that do this, but I think we'd at least at a minimum be, because then once it's in bylaw, then we have to do it all the time, even if something didn't work out. So, do you have any thoughts, Brutus?
Mr. Chair, I would just suggest that if anybody felt that they wanted some in the area, instead of us trying to go out and specifically place it, because we could place them out there and people aren't going to use them. But if a business is, or say some downtown wanted one, I'm sure they could call us. I'm thinking mostly like the Triangle area, that we got to make sure we're gonna have room in the area, because a lot of parts very tight, and where the best place to put it. But yeah, we could definitely work with something like that, and then we could just monitor it. It's like anything else. They turn into trash barrels. People start throwing all kinds of stuff, and then so. But I don't. That would be probably more than happy to work with folks.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the bylaw. It was just more a clarifying question. So I think if we're going to go through with enforcement of this, and if people in these areas are going to get a $50 fine for not complying, it seems like it would be nice for us to say, if this cost or expense to take care of this ice is an issue, please call. So I'm glad to hear that you're willing to help them. So thank you.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. We're going to try to make this as painless as possible. And I think from the get-go, I stated me and my team, and Tony Burnett he's the assistant if you don't know him. But yeah, it's about public education. It's about getting out there. I think it's doing the right thing, and we really want to. The last thing I've said a million times, I don't like being the water police, the ice police, everything else. I don't like writing tickets. I want to work with the folks and get it done, and I think that's what will happen. And, someone really needs salt, we'll work it out.
Okay, thank you.
All set, Councilor Cormier Ledger?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any other councilors? Is there a? Councilor DeLorco?
Well, I kind of agree with the salt. Didn't we used to have a program like that, and it kind of turned into a crazy show? There's people from, if they know where the barrel is, they're gonna come and get it, even if they live off of Pond Street. So I kind of would worry about that. I'd rather have Brutus manage that way instead of just having it free, because I remember before it turned into a nightmare, so.
It did. It's so hard to believe that someone tried to take advantage of the system. I just.
All set, Councilor DeLorco?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right. Seeing no further discussion, the vote will come on the motion to move bylaw amendment 23-902 to a second reading, a 2/3 majority roll call vote.
Doesn't require to.
Oh, no, because it's only to a second reading. So just a majority roll call vote. Clerk will call a roll.
Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Councilor Sheridan.
Yes.
Councilor Chandler.
Yes.
Councilor Frondillo.
Yes.
Councilor Pellegrini.
Yes.
Councilor Hamblin, yes. Vice Chair,
Yes.
Chair,
Yes,
motion carries.
motion carries. Moving on. Resolution 23-61, 2024, Town Council meeting schedule. Clerk will read the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-61, 2024 schedule of town council meetings. January 3rd, January 17th, January 31st, 3 in January. February 14th, February 28th, March 13th, April 3rd, April 24th, May 1st, May 22, May 23, June 5th, June 19th, July 17th, August 14th, September 4th, September 18th, October 9th, October 16th, November 6th, November 13th, December 4, December 18th. This resolution shall become effective according to the provisions of the Home Rule, of the Town of Franklin Home Rule Charter.
Move
Losing it.
resolution 23-61.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion. Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I certainly don't want everyone here to think that I don't love them. However, do we really want to be having a meeting on Valentine's Day? I think our spouses.
We can look at.
I think our spouses give up enough,
I don't
given
care.
that we're here volunteering our time. I would hate to think we have to tell them we have to miss Valentine's Day.
I was not gonna make that decision for everybody. I was just going on the regular calendar, whatever folks wanna do.
We can make,
School vacation week.
okay, we can take a look at that one. Why don't we vote the resolution, and then we'll adjust that one,
Okay,
okay?
sure.
If that's okay with everybody.
Doesn't bother me either way.
Yeah.
It will someday, Kobe.
Hope so.
I hope.
All I know is I just got a text, Valentine's Day, question mark. So,
Yeah, make it a short
I
one.
will get more than a question.
I probably will when I get home.
Just delete it now.
Well, we could delete it and then we'll add one, if that's what the,
Through you, Mr. So the thing is, you have three, because of leap year, you
Yeah.
have 3 in January.
Yeah.
You could do February 7th, you could do back-to-back, do 4 meetings in 6 weeks. Problem is then school vacation, that's another issue, and then you
Yeah,
could do
that's a
February
full-
28th. So we already eliminated, I think,
let's eliminate Valentine's Day meeting for now, and and not put another one in. If we need one, we will add it at,
Sounds good.
later on. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Motion to amend.
Yeah, thank you, Kobe.
Motion to amend to remove February 14th.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
I didn't know that was Valentine's Day.
Don't say that too loud. Roll call vote, clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cormier Ledger,
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler,
Yes.
Counselor Frongillo,
Yes.
Counselor Pellegri,
Yes.
Counselor Hamlin, yes. Counsel, Vice Chair.
Isn't this just on the?
Well,
Yes.
my wife just came out and said I could go on Valentine's Day. but I'll vote yes anyway.
Is that the
It's like,
gift?
what's Valentine's Day? Yeah.
That was her gift.
Is that a no?
No, it's a yes.
That's a yes.
I know.
Chair, yes.
Chair, yes. Motion carries.
Okay, now we need to move the motion as amended, please.
Move motion, resolution 23-61 as amended.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hopefully not. Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve Resolution 23-61. A majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Vote on the amended calendar. Counselor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frangillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegrini.
Yes.
Counselor Hamlin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion carries. Thank you. Moving on. Resolution 23-62. Gift acceptance veteran, oh, we already did that one. Sorry, we did that one early. Moving on, Resolution 23-63. Gift acceptance, Veteran Services Department, $1,975. Clerk will read the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-63. Acceptance of gifts, Veterans Services Department. Whereas the Veterans Services Department has received generous donations in the total amount of $1,975 to be used at the discretion of the department as follows. Donation summary. Veterans Services Department, $1,975. Municipal Assistance Fund. Donations to be used at the discretion of the Veterans Services Department through the Municipal Assistance Fund for support of local veterans and their families. The list of donors is included in the 11/15/2023 Town Council meeting agenda packet. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of the Town of Franklin, on behalf of the Veterans Services Department, gratefully accepts these generous donations to be used at the discretion of the department for the purposes noted above. This resolution shall become effective according to the provisions of the Town of Franklin Home Rule Charter.
Move resolution 23-62.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion. Jamie?
Just want to thank everybody for their incredible donations.
Thank you. Seeing no further discussion, the vote will come on the motion to approve Resolution 23-63. A majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frangillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegrini.
Yes.
Counselor Hamlin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carries, sir.
Resolution
Getting better,
20.
Mosey.
What?
Getting faster.
23-64, establishment by the Town Council of Subcommittee for Town Administrator Evaluation. Clerk will read the resolution.
I would be happy to, sir. Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-64. Establishment by the Town Council, a subcommittee for the town let me read that again, okay?
Please.
Establishment by Town Council of Subcommittee for Town Administrator Evaluation. Pursuant to paragraph 25 of the Procedures Manual of the Franklin Town Council, the Town Council hereby establishes the following subcommittee to consist of 3 Town Council members for the current council term or until earlier dissolved. 1, Subcommittee for Town Administrator Evaluation. This resolution shall become effective upon passage and shall dissolve January 1st, 2024.
Move resolution 23-64.
Second.
Motion and second. Discussion. Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve Resolution 23-64. Again, a majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frangillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegrini.
Yes.
Counselor Hamblin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carries, sir.
Moving on, Resolution 23-65, establishment by Town Council of Subcommittee for review of rules of procedure of the Town Council. Clerk will read the resolution.
I'd be happy to, sir. Thank you. Town of Franklin, Resolution 23-65, establishment by Town Council of Subcommittee for review of rules of procedure of the Town Council. Pursuant to paragraph 25 of the Procedures Manual of the Franklin Town Council, the Town Council hereby establishes the following subcommittee to consist of 3 Town Council members for the current council term or until earlier dissolved. 1, a Procedures Manual of the Town Council. This resolution shall become effective upon passage and shall dissolve January 31st, 2024.
Move resolution 23-65.
Second.
Motion and second, discussion. Seeing none, the vote will come on the motion to approve Resolution 23-65. Again, a majority roll call votes required. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cormier-Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frongillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegrini.
Yes.
Counselor Hamlin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carries, sir.
Thank you, one and all. Town Administrator's Report. Jamie.
So people might have noticed I took the actual item off. That was a migrant housing update, just because I think we're at that point quickly where, you know, we've given updates here every couple weeks. I think we've answered a lot of questions on behalf of the community. You know, I'm happy to just simply report, I think everything over at the hotel has been fairly stable. Can't thank again enough for the Interfaith Coalition, the Safe Coalition, the Food Pantry, our town staff, town public health nurse, National Guard, just a lot of people over there working really hard to try to integrate those folks into the community. Obviously, it's a large challenge, but fortunately in Franklin, and I can tell you from talking to the state, as you know, Mr. Chairman, when we talked about this, the state is obviously having a lot more difficulty in a lot of other communities. And as we sit here tonight, I believe the House and Senate are working out final details on some additional funding, which I know will hopefully go to some of these organizations to apply for to help support them through the winter. So I took it off as an official agenda item. We haven't gotten very many phone calls or emails from the community. I think people are pretty well educated on it. We do have a town website on this issue too. And then finally, Mr. Chairman, I just want to, I know we have a hearing next week with the tax rate, but hopefully that'll be quick. Just want to wish everybody a happy holiday season and a happy Thanksgiving, because I know we won't meet for several weeks after that, but just hope everybody has a great holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Any questions for Jamie? Okay, moving on, subcommittee reports. Capital budget, capital has not met.
No, we haven't.
EDC has not met. Budget has not met. Master plan, do you want to give a quick update? Councilor Frongillo, please?
Yeah, so master plan met last, let me just double check that it was last Wednesday. Yeah, and the big news is that Beta and Barrett, who we've contracted to do our data collection and analysis, presented that. So they presented their initial findings at the last meeting. Go and look at this slideshow, very high level overview of some of the things that they found in each of the categories that we asked them to look into. And then they actually just sent us the 175 page document with all the data, which we're now going through as a full committee, going to give them feedback. They're going to go out and make some revisions, and that'll really be the bulk of the master plan, you know, and where we build off our recommendations. So that's it's really getting going now. That was big news. The other thing to look out for is the survey. We have a survey for all residents to take part of. That is going public soon. I don't actually have the date, but keep an eye out for that. If you participate, we got someone generously donated 2 gift cards, one to Starbucks and one to maybe the Shed.
The Shed and something else. We gave away the gift
We gave
card.
away, okay.
The
Anyway,
Starbucks gift card.
$100 gift cards to Franklin businesses, giving away 2 of those for everyone that participates. But either way, you should participate and let your voice be heard on the master plan survey.
Thank you, Councilor Frongillo. Any questions for Councilor Frongillo? Okay, moving on, Davis, there, you have not met.
No, we're going to have our next meeting November 24th, correct, Jamie?
It is November 28th.
8th?
It's the Tuesday, yep, November 28th is a
Oh,
Tuesday.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Pellegrini. Police Station Building Committee has not met. GATRA, Councilor Frangillo.
Yeah, so GATRA Advisory Board met today. The big news coming out of that is that from November 24th through December 31st, so that's the day after Thanksgiving through the end of the year, all GATRA buses are free throughout GATRA's. This is something that they did. They got state funding to help out. So we already enjoy discounts here locally, and you get free rides to the senior center and the food pantry. But for the next month and a half, all rides will be free.
Great. Thank you, Councilor Frangillo. Okay, moving on. Future agenda items. Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Nothing at this time, sir.
Councilor Chandler.
Nothing at this time.
Councilor Sheridan.
Okay, this time.
Councilor Frangillo.
Nothing at this time.
Councilor Pellegrini.
Nothing at this time.
Councilor Hamblin.
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Councilor DeLarco.
No, nothing at this time.
Okay, moving on. Councilor comments. Councilor Sheridan.
Just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and encourage everybody to go see Santa Claus.
Thank you. Councilor Frangillo.
Two things tomorrow, office hours, already mentioned, office hours 8:30 in the senior center. We'd love to see, that's open to anyone, not just seniors, so we'd love to see you stop by and enjoy free coffee, cheap breakfast, and let us know how you're feeling about town. And then the other thing is this Saturday is the Franklin Newcomers Craft Fair. They've done this 48th year that they've been doing this. It's their biggest fundraiser, and they use that fundraiser to then support other local charities around. So it's really just a good way to invite some local craft artists. So that's at Tri-County, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday, the craft fair.
Thank you, Councilor Frangillo. Councilor Cormier Ledger.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a few things. I wanted to thank all of our town staff and volunteers for the groundbreaking last week of our Beaver Street Interceptor. And everyone that stood out there in the cold and the rain and wore a hard hat and shoveled some fake dirt, that was great. And also wanted to thank Nancy Danello, our town clerk, and really all of her team for such a great election day. And it went very, very smooth. I didn't hear a single complaint about anything, and thank you to everybody that came out and exercised their right to vote. Thank you to Shannon and her team of volunteers and staff that put together that beautiful Veterans Day luncheon at the Elks last week. We owe our veterans a great debt of gratitude, and it was nice to be able to get together and celebrate them, and just want to wish everybody a very safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Councilor Cormier Ledger. Councilor Chandler.
Through you, Mr. Chairman. Actually, something I had was, I'm glad you guys are here, because I saw some towns are actually doing their winter parking ban already right now. And people in this town need to realize how reasonable our winter parking ban is. It's very reasonable. You're not getting ticketed every night for just parking on the street when it's a beautiful night. So I think we should be thankful for that the council in their wisdom has taken care of that over the years. I don't even know why I'm saying this right before the holidays, but I don't know, maybe the school committee and One Franklin could, I don't know what's happening with this override about the numbers, but what I'm seeing happen is if nobody's doing much to get us numbers, we're not going to be ready for budget season. And I just don't want people coming to us complaining that there'll be cuts or whatever if we can't get that on the ballot to give the voters a choice, whether you agree with it or not, to have a choice. So I just reaching out to some people that can do something about getting us numbers. And that's it, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Chandler. Councilor Hamblin?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to let everyone know that there'll be the holiday decorating event down on around the bridge on the 18th. Reach out to Eileen Mason or the Franklin Downtown Partnership for more information about that. I'd like to thank all the voters and the clerk and the team for showing up and really supporting us. And I would also like to thank Shannon for the Veterans Day luncheon and everyone that was involved in that at the Elks. That was really great. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Hamblin. Councilor Pellegrini?
Oh, okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too would like to thank Nancy, the town clerk, for a well-run election. I think 6,000 people, we say, oh, that's a good turnout. It isn't really, but that's what showed up for the day. We hope now she has 3 more elections coming up, and it'll be busier, I'm sure. Let's see here. Shannon, I was happy to attend the Veterans Breakfast. It worked out very, very well. Everybody was very appreciative of it, and thank you to her, and certainly the Elks. They have been doing so much for us. And when they said today that they have 32 riders, now I don't know if that means just riders or how many members they have. I think they must have more than 32 members, but they do so much with what they have. They really do, and we have to keep noting all that they do for us. I'm happy to see the decorating for the town for the 18th, and I think that's it, other than to say Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Councilor Pellegrini. Councilor DeLarco?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, I'd like to thank Nancy also. She did a great job. It was nice and easy. That was a great election day. I also have to, reach out and I have to say thank you to our first responders. As you know, I got into a pretty decent accident the day after election, and I saw firsthand how our police and fire work, and it was tremendous to see how great they are. So I want to give them a good shout out because I actually witnessed it. And I want to give a shout out to all my fellow councilors for all your excellent texts to me and always thinking of me and hoping and cheering me up in a time that I was down. And that goes for Amy, Jamie, and Brutus, who also reached out to me, and everybody else that has reached out to me. So I really do appreciate it, and look forward to working with the rest of you as soon as I'm recovering. Hopefully I'll be back for next week. I don't know if my wife might, if she leaves the front door without the bat, I can sneak out, but outside of that, I don't think I can. So, but thank you guys for all reaching out to me. I really do appreciate that.
Take care.
Thank you, Councilor DeLarco. Okay, first of all, I'd like to congratulate my fellow councilors on being elected again and forging ahead on the next couple of years. And I'd also like to thank you for supporting me to continue as chair. I'd also like to thank the voters, as Councilor Pellegrini and others have done, for coming out. As Councilor Pellegrini alluded to, you know, we have 25,000 eligible voters, and we get 6,000 out for an election. I'd like to see more, and hopefully, as we move forward into the next calendar year, when there are some national elections that will be out, we will get more people out voting. And I'd like to, like everyone else, thank Nancy Dinello, our town clerk, and all of her election workers for doing such a great job. And even having most of the day be nice weather was different for a change. So we appreciate that, Nancy, as well. And I'd like to thank, again, the Elks, and not just the riders. The riders are the motorcycle group within the Elks, and there's 32 of those members who have come before us in the last few months a couple of times with donations, and the entire Elks Lodge for their continued donations to our veterans, our local veterans. So really appreciate that. And lastly, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and good and safe holiday season. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Non-debatable. All those, roll call
Roll call.
vote. Clerk will call the roll.
Counselor Cormier Ledger.
Yes.
Counselor Sheridan.
Yes.
Counselor Chandler.
Yes.
Counselor Frangillo.
Yes.
Counselor Pellegri.
Yes.
Counselor Hamlin, yes. Vice Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
Motion carries, sir.
Thank